So recently we learned that the Sebastain Fundora Keith Thurman fight had been postponed. We're now hearing that it's expected to be rescheduled for the Manny Pacquiao undercard in January. Now, similar to the recent postponement of the Fraser Clark-Jamie Shakiva fight, there are lots of people speculating that Sebastain Fundora isn't actually injured and that this injury is a cover story, maybe concocted by PBC, because the real reason that the fight has been postponed is low ticket sales. That's the theory that's floating out there. I'm not saying it's correct. I think it's plausible, but I can't tell you that it's what's going on. But as I say, there are people who believe that that's the case. And the fact that this has been rescheduled to be an undercard fight for Manny Pacquiao kind of bolsters that theory, doesn't it? Because Manny Pacquiao, as over the hill as he is, he still garners attention. And so to put a fight like this, which is far more, let's say, relevant than any Manny Pacquiao fight at this point, to put it on the undercard really speaks to how unsellable these two guys are at this stage of the game. A past-it Keith Thurman, who actually lost to Manny Pacquiao several years ago, against a prime Sebastain Fundora. Neither of these guys at this stage are massive stars. They don't have incredible appeal to the public. So yeah, as I say, to me it's plausible that they came up with this injury story for Fundora to push this fight back because of poor ticket sales. Remember, this is supposed to be pay-per-view. And if the ticket sales are going really bad and there's just no interest, maybe the feedback and the metrics from social media were poor. These are things I'm sure the promoters and the organizers of this fight would have been studying. And if they weren't seeing the numbers that they wanted to see, maybe they thought, okay, let's push this fight back, put it on a Manny Pacquiao undercard. It's not big enough to stand on its own 2 feet. Why would a promoter insist that a fighter claims to have an injury they don't have, rather than just saying, yeah, we're pushing the fight back? Well, because it's bad PR. As a promotional company, to admit that ticket sales are poor for one of your events, what does that say about you as a promoter? What does that say about the fighters? Do you know what I mean? So you could see why promoters and fighters would want to come up with a cover story for pushing a fight or an event back due to low ticket sales, rather than just admitting that that's what it is. Again, I'm not saying it's the case here, but I think it's a possibility. It's certainly plausible in my mind. If this fight does go ahead on the Pacquiao undercard, Fundora Keith Thurman, how do I expect it to go? This image is very amusing, by the way. Keith Thurman standing on a stepladder in order to look Sebastain Fundora in the eye. I see Fundora winning. I think Keith Thurman is far too past his prime at this stage. He's not totally shot, but he's past his prime. And I don't see him getting to Fundora, who is absolutely at the peak of his powers. So those are my thoughts. Give me yours in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.